Back to microbeerreviews.com. We have one can of this beer called Jai Alai. It's an IPA out of the Cigar City Brewing Company out of Tampa, Florida. So, if you don't know what Jai Alai is, it's a game that was actually originated in Spain. It's played on a court called a fronton, and these players use these curved mitts, is what I would call it, and with this ball that goes up to 180 miles an hour. They kind of scoop it up in this mitt and they slam it across. It's kind of like a racquetball on steroids. There's one in Ocala, Florida, which is not too far from Tampa, which is, I'm assuming this particular IPA is called Jai Alai. But it's an amazing game if you ever get to watch it. Google it after this video if you want to see what Jai Alai is all about. Those guys are insane. With this little teeny ball that's rock solid that can go straight through their skull. It's really cool. Anyway, let's talk about the beer. So the beer is 7.5% ABVs. IBUs are 70. It comes in this very cool can. This is the only one I've had. I've never had anything from this brewery out of Tampa. It's supposed to pour very nice copper color, citrusy notes, tropical fruitiness, flavors up front with some citrus bitterness and a hint of caramel and citrus, tropical fruit, hop notes and finish. So, with that description, I will tell you that it sounds like it's very fruity tooty, with lots of good hops in it. They don't tell you what the hops are. They won several awards back in 2010, 2011. The beer's been around for quite a while. What else want to tell you? That's about it. I did cheat. I looked at some of the scores. It scores extremely well. This is, like I said, the only one I have, and it's very fresh. So I am looking forward to a delicious, fruity, hoppy IPA. So I like the can a lot. I think this is a very eye-catching can with the big hop here. You know, it looks like this hop's infused on the outside of the can, which is pretty cool. So, it looks very much like most, IPAs. It's got a nice golden color to it. Nice little head on it. A little bit of carbonation, not too much. Fairly filtered. I would call it on kind of the medium side. I can definitely see my hand on the other side. So, it's got some good filter to it. Let's take a sniff at it. Yeah, it smells great. Definitely has a lot of hoppiness to it. I was going to guess, they don't tell you, but Simcoe, Centennial, Cascade hops, very traditional hops. It definitely, you can smell the juices in there. Tropical notes are, I would say, tangerine, grapefruit, lemon, lime, orange. It's got a kind of a menagerie of just really very, very sweet, citrusy to it. So let's get into it. Cheers. That's not what I expected. It's pretty sticky. It sticks to your palate for the whole way through. It's got a nice little malt backbone to it, but it hits you quickly with some fresh hops on the front end. Just a nice smoothness about it with the citrus in it there, but it's real nice and it dissipates pretty quickly, and then you kind of at the very, very back before it's done of the palate, you've got a nice, very subtle maltiness to it, which is actually really nice for an IPA of 7.5%. We're going to do that again. That's good. That's really good. So IPAs, if you're watching my other videos, I'm very particular about. This is my favorite style of beer. I think the class is very crowded. This one's a little bit different. I would almost say something like this competes with, on the upper level, like a Gubna. So Gubna is a whole nother class, in my opinion, of this beer, but it's trying to get to that point. But even some of, even though it's not a double IPA, like Double Trouble, it kind of has that mouthfeel to it with Founders. It's got this real nice kind of fullness to it, with this nice malty backbone to it. It doesn't have any booziness to it at all, but it's got something let me give you one more parallel. I would probably, let's see, I gotta pull this out of nowhere at this point. Maybe Oscar Blues IPA, which is really fruity. It's lighter than this beer. This beer has more maltiness to it. Probably between that and those other two I described. So it's got a nice little niche to it. It's very easy to drink. I would definitely buy this again. We rate our beer from 1 to 5. I'd probably give this at least a 4, if not 4.5. I mean, this is good. I don't know what it costs. It's the only can I got, but I mean, this has got some real character to it. Nice, thick, kind of sticky palate to it. It's 7.5%, which is nice. So it's not a 9%er. It's not trying to be. It's not a double IPA, but it almost tastes like it without the ABVs. You can see the head still sticking around, so it definitely has some good brewing style and it's good. It's good. I'm shocked, actually. I did not expect it to be this good. It's good. It's a great balance. It's got that real quick tinge of like tangerine at the front of sweetness. It just disappears and is absorbed by hops. But man, I like this. And I've watched Jai Alai a lot in my life, so I'm even a bigger fan. So we've never had anything from this brewery. It's a Cigar City out of Tampa. Let us know if you've tried this beer. Leave comments on our YouTube channel or our website. Like the video if you like it. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel. We upload all the time. We appreciate you watching, and we will see you again real soon. Cheers.